What is up, you guys? Today, I can tell you guys are super excited to hear what I have to say about GLP-1s like Ozempic, Manjaro, tirzepatide, there's so many brand names out there. And I gotta say, when I put this out, the response has been kind of overwhelming. And to be honest, I've stayed a little bit quiet about this, but it would be naive of me to not recognize and acknowledge that GLP-1s are everywhere and they are here to stay. And one of the things that I really take a lot of pride in doing is breaking through the bullshit, right? Because there is so much bullshit out there for you guys, right? And there's every which way you turn. Somebody's telling you what's right. Somebody's telling you what's wrong. Somebody's judging you for doing it. Somebody's telling you you should or you shouldn't. Like, I don't do any of that stuff. One of the things that we are great at inside of our program is individualized. So great. If you want to take a GLP-1, cool. If you want to use birth control, if you want to use HRT, like, it's not one size fits all. And so the reason I'm talking about this, one of my clients, she's a private client, she said, Jess, when I saw your post, you could have knocked me over with a feather. And she's like, I'm dying to know what you think. So here's my promise to you guys today. This is not going to be marketing bullshit. It's not going to be scare tactics. And the other thing is you're not going to get an opinion from me on whether this is right for you or it's not right for you. I'm literally going to give you things to think about from a scientific perspective. And here's why. When these first came out, my stance was, oh, hell fucking no. No. And to be honest with you, like a lot of things, the more I've learned, the more I've educated myself, the more I've dug into my science, that is not how I feel anymore. And the other thing is like, for me, if I have clients who want to use it, it would be really smart of me to be able to support them to use it in the right way. So they're not out there on the black market buying crap, destroying their metabolisms, destroying their hormones, right? Because there is a middle ground. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Because I think that GLP-1s are one of the most powerful drugs on the planet. And they are also the number one most misused. The vast majority of women who are using them are left in a worse position than they were before. And the only reason for that is because most doctors have no fucking clue what they're doing. They're just increasing dosing, and they're not actually supporting women. Ozempic face, all the side effects, like all of those things can be completely avoided if that's a choice that you want to make. So again, I want to make it clear, I'm not here to judge or to pick sides. I'm here to give you science. I'm here to give you facts. And if you're using a GLP-1, I'm here to tell you how to not make it your worst freaking nightmare when you want to get off of it. Guys, I haven't even asked if you are here, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on replay. Let's do the shot that I put in the title here. Do me a favor, drop that emoji in the comments below and let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're watching it. Drop the little shot emoji down below. And let's go ahead and get into this, okay? Because here's the reality that I think most of you guys find yourselves in. You have people that you know that have used it. They got Ozempic face, they gained all of the weight back, or they eat like one fucking pretzel stick all day, or they've lost a whole bunch of weight and they've bottomed out. On the other side, you have people that are like hell bent against it. This is going to be the end of the world. I refuse to use this. This is awful. It's cheating. Blah, 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 blah. I was over here, right? And I have seen hundreds of women, right, guys? If you think about it, I'm in a unique position. I do all the enrollment calls for my company. And so I get to talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women. I get to hear their secrets, their fears. I get to know these women every single day of my life. I am having conversations with women just like you, okay? And so I've seen a lot of these women, okay? And so my choice was I can keep my head in the sand or I can get properly educated so I can help these people. These people, you can't read it, but it says extreme dosing, right? They stop losing weight. Their doctor just keeps pushing up their dose, pushing up their dose, pushing up their dose. Extremely mismanaged. They're having terrible side effects. They're either shitting their brains out. They're not shitting for a week. Again, they're eating like one pretzel a day and calling it food. They're having really intense side effects and nobody seems to know how to help them. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I can't take these side effects anymore. And they get off and boom, that weight they lost comes right back. Here's the thing that's really important to know. If you're using this and you're not managing it correctly, I'm going to show you an example in just a second. I think the reality is, and what I've seen personally in my practice, is that there's actually a middle ground. There's a middle ground. Now, I'm not saying this is right for everybody, right? But what I am saying is that for those of you who are curious and you're interested, you need to know that it doesn't have to be like this and it doesn't have to be like this. There is a middle ground with things like microdosing, right? With things like understanding that when you displace sugar from the cell, you displace salt and you wind up with mineral imbalances. Mineral imbalances are very, very, very dangerous, right? They're very dangerous. They can cause all kinds of side effects. So once you actually understand the science, you can actually do this. Okay, I had a little tech issue there. My internet went down. Why did I learn how to do this? Again, like I said, I'm either gonna have clients that are gonna quit and go to the black market and they're going to end up worse off, or I'm gonna learn how to support them. And my choice was, I'm here to support women. I'm not here to judge women. I'm here to support women. And I want them to be able to get off of it. Here's the example I was gonna show you. If you are doing this and you are one of the people who is doing this with high dosing, you are not eating properly, you are not strength training. Let's say that you lose 30 pounds. Of that, almost 15 pounds is gonna be muscle. It's gonna be muscle, almost up to half. It depends on what study you look at. Anywhere from 30 to 60% of that weight loss is going to be muscle. Guys, muscle is the organ of longevity. If you want to age gracefully, if you want to carry your groceries, if you don't want to fall to kill you in your 70s, you have to have muscle. And you know what? When you lose it, it's really, really, really hard to get it back as a middle-aged woman. It's not easy, okay? Not only that, it's the muscle that creates your metabolism. This is responsible for around 6 calories for each of these. Now, I'm not a math wizard, but I think 6 times 15 is 90 calories a day. And you're like, whatever, 90 calories a day. That's 700 calories less per week that your body is burning. So, I wonder why all these people gain it back. Because now they have less muscle. Sure, they lost weight. That's also how they have Ozempic face and how they end up with Ozempic butt. Those things are completely optional, guys. The digestive issues are optional most of the time, right? The muscle loss is optional, right? The fact that your metabolism goes into the complete shitter, these are optional things. So here's what I'm gonna say to you guys. Does anybody want to burn 700 less calories every week? Anybody? This is the problem. Doctors have no fucking clue when they're prescribing these. Even a lot of nurse practitioners, all these clinics, these med spas, all of these people are not telling this to women. And so great, you lost weight, but guess what? When you're gonna fall and you're gonna break a hip. Did you know that 1/3 of women who fall never make it out of the hospital? 1/3 never make it out of the hospital. It's the beginning of the end for a lot of women because they don't have muscle. This is dangerous. This is the problem. This is why you're seeing the side effects. It's mineral imbalances. It's loss of muscle, right? It's people, guys, when you're not eating, you are not getting your hormones the proper nutrients. Your hormones cannot function properly. Your gut cannot function properly. Your thyroid cannot function properly. That's why people lose their hair. That's why their face starts to sag. That's why their whole body starts to sag. It's because nobody's telling them to do it properly. So the reason I'm saying, you guys can tell I'm like passionate about this, right? This is why. Because they sit around on their ass taking a shot and they're just trading one problem for another. They're trading one problem for another. They're not actually solving things. So if you are curious, number one, if you're my client and you're watching this and you're curious, you're welcome to reach out to me, right? We do partner with a medical clinic. We're very responsible in the way they are very responsible. However, if you're watching this, the most important thing that you can do if you're on a GLP-1 or you're considering a GLP-1 and you actually want to get off it someday without fucking up your metabolism, without fucking up with your hormones, without losing your hair, without getting Ozempic face, is honestly get yourself a coach. I don't care if it's me, I don't care if it's somebody else, somebody that understands what you're on, what you're going through, and can actually support you through it. Because I know you're like, I know how to work out, I know how to eat. Guys, I talk to you all day. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know how to eat for a middle-aged woman. You don't know how to eat for your hormones. You don't know how to lift weights properly. I'm telling you, no, you don't. Because I talk to you guys all the time. You think you know, but you don't, okay? Get yourself a coach who understands GLP-1s. Get yourself a coach who understands hormones. I don't care who it is. Get yourself support so that this doesn't happen to you. This doesn't have to happen. So if you're watching this, you're using GLP-1s, the best case scenario is that you take the GLP-1s and you take a coach and you marry them together for around 6 months to a year. You get off of your GLP-1s, you have changed your lifestyle, you have built muscle, you have learned how to eat, and you don't need these things anymore for the rest of your life. But if you're in the camp of like, I'm just gonna take a shot, I'm gonna lose weight, you're never gonna be able to get this muscle back. You're never going to be able to, which is why you gain all the weight back. Because now you've lost a whole bunch of weight, but you've lost the thing that burns calories. Guys, your muscle is how you burn calories. That's how you burn calories. Guys, I can eat over 2,000 calories a day. I'm 5 feet tall and I weigh 105 pounds. I can eat 2,300 calories because I have muscle and not gain weight. No problem. I cannot overstate how important this is. So if this is you and you're doing this, I don't care what coach it is. Literally, I don't care. But go find yourself somebody, hormones, strength training. They understand GLP-1s to actually properly guide you and walk you through this. Or if you're one of the ones that like, I tried it and it didn't work for me. Yeah. Or I lost all my hair. Yeah, that's your hormones, guys. That's your hormones. Because the reality is you might not even need a GLP-1. You might need to fix your gut. You might need better minerals for your thyroid. You might need the right acids inside of your gut, right? You might have estrogen dominance. Like there might be a lot of like really fixable things that when you fix, you don't even need a GLP-1. A lot of you guys are just desperate because you're like, I've tried everything. You've tried everything except for working with a professional. You've tried every fad diet. You've tried every supplement. You've tried everything except for actually fixing the things that are out of balance inside of your body. And when you actually do that, most of you guys aren't going to get so desperate that you're willing to give up hundreds of calories worth of muscle just to lose some weight, right? When you actually fix the problem, you don't need to resort to these. Right? That being said, they're magic for diabetics. They reverse fatty liver. We've seen them reverse autoimmune diseases. They're really, really, really powerful. I think though that they're one of those things that have been put into the wrong hands and they're used so unbelievably irresponsible, right? And so if you want to be part of the solution to that, yes, Mindy, we just want a quick fix. You do. But at the end of the day, is your quick fix quick? If at the end of it, you burn 700 less calories a week for the rest of your life, somebody do that math. That's like 350,000 calories a year, over year. This is why people gain the weight back. You cannot use a GLP-1 without protein, carbs, strength training, minerals. You cannot do it. You are kicking the can down the road and you are going to end up with a worse problem. I've seen it, guys. I see it all the time. I see this every single day. Right? So I'm not judging you. If you want to use it, find a way to use it responsibly. And that means go find yourself a coach. Okay? I don't care which coach it is, right? But find yourself something that actually is going to work for you. And if you're in this camp and you're like, hell no, that's totally fine. A lot of people are. I don't really care. I actually don't care where you are, right? I'm not here to judge people at all. I don't give a shit. You do whatever is going to work for you. Like, right? We literally, our program is not one size fits all. I have clients on GLP-1s. I have clients who are anti-GLP-1s. I have clients who love this. I have clients who love that. I have clients who are super Christians and I have clients who don't believe in God. Like, I don't really care what you believe. None of that matters. I have clients on birth control. I have clients not on birth control. Some are on HRT. Some think HRT is the devil. It doesn't matter. It's not what this is about, right? This is about educating you guys and empowering you because I know some of you are out there are using these. I know a lot of you guys are thinking about it. Right? And so it's like, how do we just break through the noise? How do we break through the chaos? How do we break through some of the bullshit so that you guys can make a really, really, really smart, informed decision from somebody who's seen behind the scenes of thousands and thousands and thousands of women, who's not going to fearmonger you and tell you what's right and tell you what's wrong. That's not my job. My job is to educate you. My job is to empower you. My job is to make you better, smarter, faster, more efficient, and help you overall make better decisions. Whether you hire me and work with me or not, that's what I will always do. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now. I didn't realize I was going to get so fired up about this, to be honest with you guys. If you haven't yet, drop the shot emoji down below. It's how I know you're watching. It's how I know what you want me to make more of. We might do a part 2. If you guys have specific questions, do me a favor and drop them in the comments below. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. I just kind of got all fired up, as I do sometimes. So if you have questions, drop them below. I love questions and I love answering your questions. So drop them below. And that's it. Goodbye.